If you are planning to come to the UK through the skilled workers route, most especially through the health and care sector route, you need to be very careful with your visa application because the Home Office has been so thorough with visa application from skilled worker in the health and care sector. This has resulted to massive visa refusal and denial from skilled worker in the health and care sector because so many persons have been receiving mails for irregular applications. And once you've been sent a mail for irregular application, you'll be asked to provide an additional document and you'll be given 10 days to submit all of these documents to back up your application and some of the claim you made in your application. So guys, you need to watch this video to the end as I'll be revealing so many information to guide intending skilled worker migrants and those who are already in the process of making their visa application to guide them so they won't be a victim as so many persons are fall victim because of some of these little things they did not put into cognizance. So guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of seeing me, you're welcome. And for my returning subscriber, thank you for always watching my video. If you are new here, please endeavor to subscribe to my channel if this content is something you like, and always endeavor to give a thumb up whenever you watch my video. Giving a thumb up will allow YouTube to recommend my content to a wider audience. So guys, you can just give a thumb up right now that you're watching. Just give a thumb up to this video so that YouTube can recommend to a wider audience. So guys, let's get started. Before now, once you gain an employment from a valid employer and you are issued a certificate of sponsorship and you're able to meet up the 70% requirement for you to be able to get the skilled worker visa, it's almost sure and dusted that your visa must or will be approved. But now, so many persons' faith has been hanging because that has not been the case. Even when you have a valid certificate of sponsorship from a valid employer, you haven't meet the 70% point, that is still not enough. That is still not guarantee for your visa to be approved. So many things are happening and so many issues have come up. That is the reason why the Home Office is coming up with all of this scrutinizing visas from skilled migrants. One of the reasons for all of this is it has been observed that most of these persons that are applying for this health and care visa, they are not qualified to apply for those jobs ab initio. Okay, this information, it's not something the Home Office have come up with overnight. It's as a result of complaints and other intelligence is gathered that most persons coming in from overseas doesn't meet the experience for the health and skilled worker. Note, the health and care worker is not experience based on academic qualification, but it's based on experience, not on academics. So you don't need to have a university degree or a higher degree before you can be qualified to apply for the health and care visa. But you need to meet the skill experience in that aspect. So it has been observed that most persons applying from overseas doesn't have the experience because that has been established in so many quarters. Employers will employ skilled worker from abroad. In their CV, they've stated they have 5 months, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years experience on the job. But when they get to the UK and resume their primary place of work, you find out that these persons know little or nothing about what they are employed to do. That on its own, it's unfair to the employer, and so many employers have been giving feedback to the Home Office, and I don't know how they get all of this information that most skilled workers coming from abroad doesn't meet the skilled requirement for them to be employed or for them to be granted visa to work in that sector. And note, Home Office have that right, that prerogative. If you cannot prove, you doesn't have any proof that you have the skill experience for that job, they have the right to deny your visa, even if you have a valid certificate of sponsorship. Okay, and it has wanted to be observed that so many persons on their CV or their application informed, they feel that they have all of this experience, but there's no evidence to back up the skill experience, the field or upon which the employer, okay, employed them, use in assessing them to give them that employment. So most time, the Home Office will now require you to provide an evidence of the skill you claim you have to be able to function or to work in that sector or to be qualified to get a skilled worker visa in that route. So this is one of the major reasons. You'll get an irregular application email for you to provide some document within 10 working days. Okay, and some of these documents, it's if, for instance, you've got an irregular um, application email from Home Office, you'll be required to provide an experience, a document that shows, a valid document that shows that you meet the skilled requirement for that job. And if you could not prove that, or probably the information you provided is false, that will earn you a ban of minimum of 10 years. So this is one thing. Providing of false information will earn you a ban. And if you cannot provide a valid experience, a valid proof of experience that matches the job upon which you are given certificate of sponsorship for you to get a Tier 2 work visa, your visa will be denied. That is why I'm urging my audience to always do the right thing. If you don't have experience, you can go and do volunteer. You can try and see how you can upskill yourself to be able to get the requisite experience, so that even if you have somebody that want to give you reference for that period, you still need to help yourself by doing, I think, on the job training, not just giving you reference, and by the time you are employed, you cannot be able to perform optimally, because once you are employed as a skilled worker from abroad, it's assumed, it's presumed that you already have this knowledge to function at that level. So it will not be fair on you or whoever that gives you reference for you to be able not to do that for which you are employed for. It doesn't make sense. Okay, for one, I'm not happy about that, because I know how all of these things work. Haven't spent all your time and resources to get to this level, and at the end of the day, you cannot perform optimally even when your visa is approved. That is not fair on the part of the employer. Yes, they will train you, but they expect more from, because they feel they're employing a skilled worker. You're already a skilled person, so they're not employing you as unskilled. So they expected you to have good knowledge of what you are coming here to do, because you've already shown, you've told them probably by your interview or during your CV that you have the necessary skill to be able to function at that level. But now you've been employed and you're unable to perform to that level. That is not fair on the part of the employer. So guys, you need to do either volunteer, go to an hospital, or see how you can get a skilled experience in a formal setting that matches what you're coming here to do. That will help you. It will save from embarrassment. It will help productivity and all the like. So guys, you need to see how you can upskill yourself, get the requisite skills, so that you can be able to scale through all of this ordeal. Try and get the right certification for this job. All the trainings, care training, MVQ training, all the basic care certificates, you can do all of this online. There are different academy online you can do. Most of them you can do them free online. I will leave some link on the description box of this video. Go there and see how you can leverage on some of these resources to upskill yourself. Get all of these certificates, so that if you are fortunate enough to be sent an irregular application for you to provide some document, you have the requisite document handy for you to send to them, and your visa application will be approved. So don't wait until when it gets to that stage before you start running itaskata to see how you can get help, or somebody that can help you out with all of this. That is the problem. Of recent, I've been getting so many calls, so many emails from people I don't know, because they've gotten to that stage where they are sent irregular application, and they will now be contacting and see how you can help them. No guys, I can't do anything if you don't have the required document they ask you to provide as at that time. There's nothing anybody can do. Even if you go ahead to do that, provide the document, do it, that it will show the date you earn it. That on its own is a red flag that as at when you apply for the job, you are not qualified to get it. So that on its own is a red flag. It can even earn you a ban because it will be presumed that you provided a false information. Okay, so that on its own can earn you 10 years ban on its own because it's false information provided. Upon you gain the employment on a presentation of a false information to the employer upon which he gave you the employment and issue a COS. So guys, you need to see how you can do the necessary training so you can get evidence handy, so that if you are fortunate to be asked to provide additional document to back up your application, you will have them handy and you send it to them within the 10 working days limit they will give you to do all of that. The second point is you'll be asked, where was this interview done? Okay, as an international overseas applicant, it's not possible for you to be interviewed face to face. Definitely, this will be either one of these e-platform, either Teams, Zoom, Skype, any of these platforms that you can use to interface with the person that is interviewing one-on-one. You'll be seeing them and the interview can be conducted. And most persons, since they didn't go through all of these hurdles, okay, the Home Office can come up and ask, where was the interview upon which this job was given to you conducted? Okay, they have done their homework. They know how probably this is how the interview came in. And because you did not get this certificate of sponsorship through all of this process, you paid somebody money and COS came from somewhere, that on its own is a red flag, and it can even earn you a visa denial for you not to be able to know the platform upon which the interview was conducted. Because take this, so many persons doesn't do interview. They paid for the COS and COS is issued to them. So they don't have any idea about all of this. So guys, that's why you need to share this video wide, share to your friends, share to your contacts, and ask them to subscribe to this channel so that they can be getting updates about UK and UK immigration, migration, and lifestyle about UK. Guys, if you are asked where was this interview conducted and you don't know about it, that on its own is a red flag, right? Because as an international overseas applicants, it's not possible for you to be able for them to interview you physical one-on-one. So definitely it must be on one of these if platforms. So guys, this is something you need to take cognizance of, because it's very simple. It looks simple, which indeed is simple, but so many persons have failed it and it has resulted to visa denial. This is not, I'm not saying this out of how will I put it, but these are first-hand information. These are people I don't know, but they contacted me because when they have issues like that's when they run to me. Okay, you'll be sent an irregular mail for you to provide some document, and they will ask you some question, provide evidence of this. If this interview was conducted on Teams or Zoom, a link will be sent to you, okay, for you to be able to access the platform, for you to be able to interface with whoever that is interviewing you. But if you're not sent any invitation for that interview, okay, what evidence will you not send to the Home Office? These are some of the information they look at for. Another thing is they will send an email to part of the irregular application email they send to applicants, visa applicant. It's, where was this job advertised? Where did you find this job? Because so many persons also don't take their time. There are so many search engine, so many job and search engine you can use, so many places you can search for job. You can do that from Indeed, you can do that for Total Job, you can do that from read.co.uk. There are so many places you can look out for job. And most of these companies, once you register with their website, okay, they'll be sending you regular job updates. Okay, vacancy. So like me, I have so many. They sent me so many, even when I have something I'm doing, because I've registered one time or the other. They keep sending me updated job vacancy. Okay, so if you didn't apply for this job on your own, you didn't know where this job was advertised, somebody gave you the COS, that one on its own, because they can tell you where was this job advertised. For you need to send them a screenshot or tell them something that makes sense, because whatever information you are providing, they will also go further to confirm it, to be sure that you are giving them the right information. So that's why you need to get details of all of this. Do it yourself. These things are not, what do I call it? They are not too hard for you to do. It's just for you to take your time, dedicate your time to see how you can do all of these things all by yourself. And note, if you do this thing yourself, you don't need to pay a dime. You will be lucky to get an employer that will be willing to pay your visa fee, your flight fee, and even see how they can give you a soft loan for you to be able to get an accommodation for the first 3 months. You pay gradually. All of these are possible when you do it on your own. But by the time you bank on a third party or an agent and you pay heavily, all of these questions might pop up at the point of applying for your visa with the Home Office. And if you are not fortunate and an irregular application email was sent to you, how will you go about it? How can you navigate all of this ordeal? Massive visa denial is currently on because it's not just the normal 70 points based skilled visa application that we are talking about. With a valid employment, a valid certificate of sponsorship, you meet all the 70 points criteria. It's still not a prerequisite or a must that your visa in quote will be approved. You can still get a denial, and people are getting denial. It's not one, it's not two. I've talked about, I did video about this a few weeks ago, but then I felt so many persons did not get this information. That's why after when I did the video till now, I've gotten more persons contacting me about same issues to tell you that you said so many persons have still not been updated about this massive visa denial. So guys, you need to share this video wide so that so many persons will not fall victim. It will not be funny after you've put all your savings, you've put all your effort, you put everything into this project. Migration is not a tea party. It involves concerted effort. It involves resources. It involves time. After you've put all of this together, and every day your visa is denied, it's draining, it's demoralizing. Some person can even fall depressed because they've put up everything they have to this project, and at the end of the day, little things, these are avoidable mistakes. So guys, you need to share this wide so that so many persons can get updates, can get the latest update from the UK office. And this thing most especially from those coming from Africa, because that's what they are complaining about, that most persons from Africa, they don't possess the required skill to meet that visa they are applying for. Okay, and that is as a result of feedback probably they've gotten from employers and all of that, and they've gotten some information on how people are getting this certificate of sponsorship without going through the right channel, and people have been paying heavily to get this, which is something the UK is not happy about. The UK government is not happy about, and they're trying to see how they can nip it at the bud. Another area the Home Office is also looking at is the salary base, the amount you're supposed to be earning for you to be able to qualify for a skilled worker job. Okay, this sometimes can be a mistake, error of omission, or intentional or lack of knowledge from either the employer. Okay, by putting the amount they are stating on your certificate of sponsorship, if it's not up to the amount that is being required for you to be able to sponsor a skilled worker, that visa will be denied. So you as the skilled worker, once a COS is issued to you, it's also very important, very, very important for you to go through that certificate of sponsorship and make sure the amount quoted on the certificate of sponsorship is actually up to the amount that is being paid for skilled worker migration. If you are applying for a skilled worker, as a skilled worker, if you are issuing a certificate of sponsorship, your employer should be able to pay you not minimum of 20,780 per annum. Before now, it used to be 20,480. But note, with the recent increment in salary effective from 6th of April this year, that amount has been increased. So the minimum you can get as a skilled worker, as at now, if your employer is quoting any amount on your certificate of sponsorship, should not be lesser than, let me say, 21,000 per annum. If it's lesser than that, that's to say your employer is not qualified to sponsor sponsor a skilled worker from abroad. This is also the Home Office is trying to discourage some of those employers that want to shortchange or to exploit skilled workers from abroad by paying them lesser amount. Okay, that amount must not be below that 20,000 per annum, and you must not be paid lesser than £10, 10.75 per hour. That is the latest amount. It used to be £10.10 as at when I did my last video, but with the new increment, with the upscale of the national minimum wage, now you should not be paid anything lesser than 10.75. So if your COS is still carrying 10.10, that is to say the chances of your visa being denied, it's very high. So you need to contact your employer for them to what? Make an amendment. You must, if your visa, your COS is carrying 20,480 pounds per annum or £10 10 per hour, note your visa will be denied with that amount. So your employer need to put in the right amount as at now. That amount can be is obtainable before now, prior to 1st of April, but for now, £10 10 and 20,480 can no longer sponsor a skilled worker in the health and care sector. So guys, you need to take this very serious. It's very simple, but it can result to your visa denial. The amount must be minimum 10.75 per hour and 21,000 per annum before your visa can what? Be approved. So guys, you need to take note of all of this salient information so that you will not get an irregular application or an outright visa denial. So guys, if this content is something you like and you're interested in it, please endeavor to subscribe to my channel. And for my returning subscriber, please always give a thumb up whenever you watch my video. That will allow YouTube to recommend my content to so many persons, and so many persons will not fall victim of visa denial or irregular application because of what? Lack of knowledge. So guys, we've come to the end of today's video. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video.